Functionally what I'm doing.
Months until I'm customizing my pussy lips. I'm very excited.
For fucking the giggles.
Yo, you ain't getting any candy for it, bitch.
I have 1 round left. Just enough for myself.
Welcome to the podcast.
What up?
What up?
We're amazed you're here. That's what those gasps were about. Okay.
How many of our adoring fans missed me?
All 5 of them.
I would say let's go to the comment section, but no one ever...
Yeah, we got no comments. Not even bad ones anymore.
That's good, though. That's technically trending up. We went from negative...
No, listen, there is
We've
no
gone
such thing
from
as bad
negative
press.
to 0.
No, negative comments are good for the YouTube algorithm.
We had negative comments. I was having a conversation away from this for a moment. So I wasn't listening to anything you said. And then I come back and I hear that.
No,
Negative comments?
I'm saying we don't even get negative comments anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying those are good for the YouTube algorithm.
I wish we did. Please listen. If you are a person who randomly clicked on this, which you're not, because no one's randomly clicking on this, and you hate what you're hearing, tell me I'm an asshole. Just do it. Just comment. Even if it's even if it's horrible, even if you call me a rank cunt, just do it.
I will say
the algorithm would probably love it.
Without you, Robbie, we did get a higher view rate than average and 1 like as opposed to no
kick
likes.
him out.
Wow.
Kick him out. Get out, Rob. You've been voted off the island.
Wow. You know what? In all honesty, quickly before he comes back, I think that 1 like was me. Nobody tell him that. no one tell him that. No one say anything. Don't say anything.
Oh no, how long is this gag
Yeah,
gonna go?
back
Oh,
to
there it is.
forever.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, this wasn't a gag. Get the fuck out.
Gag? What gag?
All
In
right.
fact, you know what? I will do it for us. I will turn off my house's Wi-Fi, and because I'm connected to the modem, I can still be here for the cat, but Rob can't.
Yeah, then you'll just hear a loud tongue as Richie gets knocked out.
You literally have the power to kick him off the podcast.
Sure, I do.
And thus the system of checks and balances are established.
Perfectly balanced.
In all things. Okay. Who wants to start weeks, boys? Can I do weeks real quick? Because mine's awesome.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Go ahead.
Check
for
this
it,
out.
buddy.
I did literally nothing all week.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
I played Tarkov with the boys here. We had, what was it, 2, 3 raids?
Not this boy.
Not that boy.
Gotta play more Tarkov with us.
I do.
Fuck, man.
It was good.
You had eyes.
Yeah. I fucked my sleep over the weekend, so the days when I should have been playing, I was instead just sleeping. And whatchamacallit, beyond that, I saw I'm keeping up with the boys. It's still good. That's it. Take it away.
I feel like your weeks are oftentimes about as long as the longest, whoever's week is longest, or it is the longest. So this is a nice change of pace. I like it. You're subverting expectations.
Don't worry
By
here.
taking
I'll match Anthony's quick week with probably a quicker
the
week.
only one with anything to talk about.
Yep, because my week was the same. I just played some Tarkov. I hate it, but for some reason I want to play it.
That's
but
Tarkov.
not by myself, because I realized I can't play that game by myself.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
The one thing I noticed with Tarkov, with me playing it, is that I don't know, since I haven't played it in so long, I had this weird complete lack of gear fear. So every time when it was like, where do we want to go? I would just start like running across the land bridge or whatever. And it's like, this is where we're going. Let's go.
I don't have gear fear. I have ruble fear because I'm slowly going broke.
best way to play, which is something that I was kind of trying to tell Richie when he was first like, I have anxiety over playing alone. Is it's like just play like a fucking madman. I have recently adopted the play style, especially when I'm alone, of just holding the W key and just running to where I want to go. And sometimes fights find me, and sometimes they don't. You know. And if a fight finds me, I take it as a moment to improve and try to murder somebody, or just get one tapped in my head eyes. You know. But if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
See, Richie, what you
Just
gotta do is you got to play alone, and this is how you get money, is you play alone with 0 gear, and you just dip, and then you run, and that's it. And then it doesn't even matter you're selling it to the vendors, who cares? Because you went into exchange and you got 3 motors, and you left, and that was it. That's fine.
Well, besides Tarkov, God, we played very minimal Dota this week.
Oh my god.
It's true.
Very minimal, just because we've been playing Tarkov, and for some reason Valve is not releasing Treasure 3.
Oh, they still
And
haven't, huh?
It's kind of pissing me off at this point.
It's good. You know, to take a little break from Dota from time to time. I've said this before, maybe. I don't remember if I said this on the podcast or not, but I get to a place with Dota about like halfway through the battle pass every year where I'm playing it literally every night for like months on end, and eventually I just kind of don't want to anymore because it starts feeling like work. That's nice.
But
Take a step back, play other video games.
Yep, we take our break, and then when Treasure 3 comes out, I'm probably gonna hit you up to play that shit, just because new and exciting cosmetics.
Wow.
Honestly, the
Exciting
way it's
cosmetics, thank
going,
you.
Treasure 3 is gonna drop, and probably the fucking Shrove Kofefe or whatever the fuck it's called. Right? That comes out usually.
Yeah, but as I've mentioned in the past, I don't know how they're gonna handle that because usually the entire point of the Trove Coffee Fee is that you have the option to pick like a caster that's working during TI. And if you do, then it's like signed by them and they get some of the proceeds from the treasures that you buy. And it's like a support the community kind of thing. But it's like TI is not happening this year. So I don't know if they're going to sell that. I would assume that they will, but you never know.
I'm tinfoil hat. I've heard this floating around. That the reason why it's taking so long to get Treasure 3 out, which kind of doesn't make sense when you really think about it, but because there's no like international, they have less shit to worry about, and they're focusing on the big gameplay update that's going to drop. And I know what you're thinking, why does the cosmetics team working on like gameplay changes? And that's a valid argument against this, but I've heard people talking about that. They're saying that like
don't
shit's
think
being
that is.
delayed and they're not being vocal because they're fucking focused on getting this gameplay update.
Listen,
Where they
I've
reverse
seen-
every change and go back to what the game was like a year ago. But
I've seen people with many tinfoil hat theories. I've seen people say that the day Treasure 3 drops, we're gonna get like tons of other shit too. Like they're gonna announce who won the Arcana vote because there's no TI, and like they're gonna do all this shit the day the treasure drops because fuck it, why not? And it's like I don't know if that's gonna be the case. I don't think we're gonna get, to be completely honest, I don't think we're gonna get a major gameplay update anytime soon because the gameplay updates typically coincide with the new hero release, like the Giga update. And we didn't get that. The last one we got with Void Spirit and Snapfire was super fucking late, and that wasn't even with Rona. That was like TI ended, and then we got it like 5 months later or something like that. So like, I don't think that shit's coming out anytime soon. But who knows? I could be wrong. What if in 2 days they're like 2 new heroes and they're both out right now and there's a massive gameplay update? That's not going to happen. I'm putting my chips on it. It's not going to happen.
I'll be 100% honest with you. Something happened your audio cut for me because like my computer was like seized up for a little bit.
Uh-oh. Don't
So I
worry,
didn't
I
hear
didn't
what you
say anything.
said.
He's confirmed 2 new
It's,
characters.
and I'll tell you why it did that is because I got something like downloading in the background, and I guess it was finishing up. Yeah, definitely.
Don't worry, I was just bitching about stuff you were talking about. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but did you hear what I said? Because I said something
Probably not.
before
Go
it
ahead.
cut out. But I said yes. Too much faith in Valve. But that's basically all I said.
Or this
So
is all
minimal
getting
Dota.
cut.
Oh, let me finish up this week because it's way too long. Minimal Dota. A lot of Tarkov. Getting head-eyes. Hating life. Really, that's about everything. Besides that, just work and school. Yay. I'm done.
Cool, fuck it, I'll go. Mine's pretty simple. I said I'd have stuff to talk about. I kind of do, but it's not that important, so I'll probably go quick. I played. I've been playing a lot of Tarkov. Belching Red Bull into my microphone live on the podcast. A lot of Tarkov, minimal Dota, as Richie's already mentioned. Working on a few things still, which I'm not gonna go into great detail about. And then I've been playing. I played this game that I picked up. I did something I never do. I don't remember the last time I've ever done this, but I purchased a video game on Steam on a complete whim. It was like the day it came out. I'd never seen anything about it before, but Steam recommended it to me, and I was like, "Oh, this looks kind of cool." So I bought it, and I played it a little bit. And it's a game called Star Renegades, and I thought it looked neat conceptually because it's like a JRPG mixed with a roguelike. So the combat is kind of like that of a JRPG, but it's like a roguelike in that you do like a run, and if you die, you reset. And there's random elements all throughout your run and whatnot. And it kind of has like a nemesis system from like Shadow of Mordor and stuff like that, where like certain enemies that you fight are like bosses that will, if you let them get away, they'll like evolve and they'll come back at some point in your run. It's a very neat game. It has an art style kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, to be honest.
It looks
It's
like,
like
I'm looking at it right now. It's very good pixel art, is what it is.
it's kind of like I would put it like a mix between like a Hyperlight Drifter and like a Dungeons of the Endless kind of thing. It's kind of like a mashup of those two styles. The gameplay is very fun. I don't want to like overly describe it, but like I said, it's very like JRPG inspired, but with its own little twist. From what I understand, I think some of its like combat elements come from a different game that I've never played that I can't remember the name of at the moment, but I've seen people make the comparison. But it's very interesting. It's all very like timing based and shit, and the game is fun. I want to play it more. Maybe my biggest complaint with it is that the writing is kind of shitty. It's like it's a little juvenile and it's not super interesting. It's like it attempts to do a lot of world building, but none of it is cool or interesting in any way, shape, or form. But the basic, like the gameplay is fun, the loop is fun, the core concepts are fun, and I want to play it more, and maybe I'll come back with a more developed opinion because I literally only sat down with it for like one night for a few hours. But as of right now, it's pretty cool, so I would give it a big thumbs up for now, unless I play it more in the coming week and I hate it, in which case you'll hear me say that it's trash next week.
Trash.
It's at least
that's
good
me.
for a week, which is
That's
more than
pretty
can
much
be said
me.
about some games. Nice.
All right, so to me, basically, all I did really this week was work. I played a lot of that game I was talking about a few podcasts ago, Gunfire Reborn. Felt like a few podcasts ago.
That was the last one you were in, I think.
Was it?
I
God,
believe
it
so.
felt like forever ago. I've been playing it for actually a lot. If it's not been Risk of Rain, it's been this Gunfire Reborn, and it's honestly a lot of fun. Big thumbs up. Gotta give it to the development team. They've been updating it constantly, and big thumbs up. Has a bigger following than I honestly thought because I was looking into it a bit more because I'm like I played my first game with other people with it, and I almost actually got to the final stage in it because it hasn't gotten its looping phase done yet with it. It has really hard fights and very few people actually make it to the end. I was happy to see World. It's actually very beautifully done.
Beautifully done, you would say.
Yeah, the graphics are very nice.
Nice.
Otherwise, yeah, a lot of work.
Our weeks were exciting, boys.
Yeah, we live very exciting lives.
We do. That's why the people come to this podcast.
For the excitement.
Yeah, for the exciting weeks.
We could make our weeks more exciting if we wanted to.
I snorted cocaine on a boat for 7 days.
I didn't kill myself choking myself in a closet with a ladyboy.
Nice. I did that, but on a boat with cocaine
Okay.
I'm on a boat.
and lady boys.
Was the ladyboy also a boat?
Not this time, but next time I'll try.
Was the ladyboy named Cocaine?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't care about the
Names.
ladyboy's
You don't
name.
ask the name of the ladyboy.
You can't give them names, then they become people in your eyes. You can't have that happen.
Personal, you know.
He's a discerning customer, and he need not know. Okay.
Moving
Moving on to
on.
I can't guarantee a ladyboy's safety in my presence, is all I'm saying.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right.
Exciting weeks.
Today there was a Sony event. What a
True.
smooth transition.
I
This
think
is
people care more about this ladyboy. This imaginary ladyboy.
statistically they do not. There's a couple things mentioned in it. Just a few. Needless to say, it was the price drop. They showed off a couple of games. Some confusion arose, and I'm going to start by mentioning things that I don't think we have much to talk about, so that we can then spend most of the time talking about the things we do. There is an
You
open...
want to start with the big shit?
No, it's coming. It's just I know we won't say much about these, or I'll be proven wrong in a second. So there's an open world Harry Potter game, which was rumored about forever. It exists. Cool. And there's a new Five Nights at Freddy's game. That also exists.
Is there actually like a trailer for that?
There's a
Or is
trailer
it-
for all these things that I'm mentioning. Go
Wow.
watch those trailers, by the way.
I don't think I will.
And
You're not excited for Five Nights at Freddy's?
Rob, I gotta tell you something. I don't think I am.
Oh
Don't-
no.
It's 1 minute and 19 seconds long. I can squeeze this out
there you go.
on the cast.
There's
All I know about is it takes place in a mall. You're not locked to one security room. And there's something about you could either be a security or you can... I don't know if you could or what this marketing is, but there's like a person who's pretending to be one of the robots. I don't understand it. I don't care.
Do you move around in the Freddy's super mall,
I believe so.
like with full character control instead of just being in a fucking room the whole time?
Yep.
Oh, dude.
It's the
Yeah,
future.
there's very little I'm hyped for this year in terms of games outside of Cyberpunk, the Baldur's Gate 3 early access,
Maybe.
and that's
Maybe.
like, yeah, maybe. Fucking motherfuckers.
Or
And
never
then,
let it never, ever.
I mean, they don't give a shit because I'm still giving them money, so those are like literally like the only things I'm hyped for. It's like Cyberpunk and Baldur's Gate 3, and I guess Total War DLC, but that's less exciting.
I believe that these games that I've mentioned aren't even coming out this year, so even if you were excited for them, it doesn't count anyway.
Well, some of them are.
No, the ones I just mentioned is what I meant. There are
You
more.
gotta give the fucking creator of Five Nights at Freddy's credit. The man was like in his basement creating games, and then he's just like, I made millions now.
He's made a lot of gambling games. It's really funny to look at his development career. those shitty games that you get ads for in like your sidebar on your web browser if you're not using
It's
ad block. That was probably
it's also
him.
not just that. He also made he made a lot of weird like didn't he make like pseudo religious games and
Yes.
shit too?
Yeah.
And I believe the story is that someone talked some shit about his like animation and his character design, and they were like, these things look like crap. They look like fucking animatronics or whatever. And then he was like, and then he made like the Five Nights fucking game, basically like capitalizing on his limited skill set. And
Uh,
here he is now.
I think he made the Desolate Hope before Five Nights though, and that had literal robots as the main characters.
I think
would
that
agree.
was basically it though. Like he was
Exactly.
trying to make religious like video games.
Religious gambling games. Okay.
And someone commented how creepy his characters look. And he was like, wait a minute, no one's buying my games. Let me make a horror game. And it fucking sold like mad.
Him and Toby Fox could come together and make a video game that'll somehow sell more than Call of Duty. Which, speaking of,
Fucking man's gotta buy Chuck E. Cheese. The market's already right there.
oh no, God, oh God, would you go? Would you go to, like, if he bought Chuck E. Cheese and made Freddy Fazbear Real? Like, there's multiple games about it killing people. Like, would you?
As a haunted like theme park, man, they could turn it into that. You could not make it like a children's place and just make it like a haunted attraction.
But then,
Think
where do
he
you
will
go to
grow.
eat pizza and play arcade games? Dave and Buster's?
Yeah.
Okay, touche.
If you're listening, guy whose name I already forgot, branch out into physical locations, create Five Nights at Freddy's pizza places.
You know how much money he would make from kids? Like,
A
how
fucking
much?
shit, dude. A metric fuck ton. And he'll listen to this podcast, obviously, and you'll get the idea, and we won't see a single penny of it.
We'll be his first sponsor slot. Are you kidding?
Yeah, he'll just look at us. He'd be like, "Here you
Because
go, boys."
he needs to expand his audience with the 5 people
Yeah,
that
with us.
listen to.
Yeah, he's gonna look at us. He's gonna be like, "I need these camels."
Oh fuck!
So fucking giga
Where's
huge.
the camel animatronic, huh? Where's that?
Wow.
I know there's a shit ton of them. I don't know. There's Ultimate Custom Night that has a shit ton. I don't know any of them.
I'm pretty sure there's no camels. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure there's no camels either.
let's please stop talking about Five Nights at Freddy's.
We
So,
really hung on. We hung on just a little too long.
This is a fantastic tangent.
the
Come on,
other.
move to one of the many I'd rather
So
talk about,
I'm going
please.
to list the other games that are actually interesting. Is they showed off Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. They showed Final Fantasy 16. Resident Evil 8 got a new trailer. Call of Duty got gameplay. We saw gameplay of the Demon's Souls remake instead of just the shots and stuff and the trailer. I feel like there's other stuff that I'm forgetting about, but I mean that's a lot to go on. So where I want to begin is the Demon's Souls remake because there's some confusion involved in that, and that's what I
There's
really want to talk
confusion?
about. Yeah.
A couple things I really want to talk about here. A, the confusion. B, I would love for you to explain your opinion to me on the Demon's Souls remake.
Okay, sure.
I'm pretty excited.
So, so the confusion is, the PlayStation put up a trailer, and I believe you can still see it on places like GameFAQs and IGN and whatnot, showing off the gameplay of this game. And at the very end, it's like a Sony exclusive coming to other things later. And the wording is really weird that make it sound like it's going to be coming to other consoles. And so the questions are, well, hold on, this is Sony funded. Is it coming to Xbox, or do they mean like it's also coming to PS4? Because technically there's no Demon's Souls on PS4. And also it said it was coming to PC. And then that trailer got taken down. And like Kotaku was like, yeah, they were wrong. That was a mistake. It was a user error that text appeared. and that it is it's a PlayStation 5 launch title and PlayStation 5 exclusive. And so the speculation now is that this is like when Kotaku also said that Death Stranding was never coming to PC, and then it did. So it's still up in the air. It's definitely for sure at least, I'm gonna say, take a year. If it's going to go anywhere, it's gonna go to the PC, and it's gonna take a year.
First of all, I don't think this game is ever going to show up on anything other than a PlayStation. Like that's the part of it where that was the thing about the end slide of that trailer that confused me the most.
Oh yeah,
Was
it was
when
very confusing.
Console exclusive for a limited time only, and I was like, "What? This game is never going to show up on an Xbox? Like, what does that fucking mean?"
Yeah, I managed to save a screen grab of it, so I'll put up what was at the end of the trailer. That will probably be is being scrubbed from the internet right now.
But the part about it coming to PC, I don't find I find the downplaying of that to be kind of weird, especially when weren't we reading articles? I feel like we talked about it on the podcast, but we were reading articles like a month or two ago of Sony being like, yes, we are considering bringing more shit to PC. Like, I'm pretty sure they've kind of mentioned that that's in the plan a little bit. So, like, the idea that this game could come to PC at some point is not that insane, you know? So
but they have to sell PlayStation 5, Bryn. They
it's not going to come out now. I'm not. Trust me. I know there was a lot of beautiful fucking loophole-y kind of wording all throughout this event where they were like they didn't quite want you to know that some of these games were coming to PC, and they were like console exclusive asterisk, but PC too at some point, and like they don't want you to know that shit. But you know that was all over this fucking event. Moral of the story being, I wouldn't find it insane to think that at least part of that supposed fuck up in this trailer might not have been a fuck up, mainly the PC part.
Yeah. That's what I'm suspecting. And then as for my impressions on the trailer,
let's talk about the gameplay. So first of all, I'm curious. Did all of us watch the Demon Souls gameplay, or only me and Anthony?
I went to, and then the video's taken down, so I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one I linked was the Sony one, so I mean it's probably still available on other places, but yeah.
I'm sure if I went looking for it, I could find it.
Okay.
And still has a video of it, I think.
So I will say that Demon Souls is my favorite Souls game. Like, even over Dark Souls and 3 and probably even like Bloodborne and stuff like that.
That statement, Demon Souls was awesome, and I played the shit out of it.
I'm not really in the Souls games.
I would like throwing my opinion in the while we're talking about Demon Souls real quick. I am of the complete opposite of the spectrum, which is why I think some of our opinions will be interesting here. In that I kind of fucking hated Demon Souls, but fell in love with the series as a result of every game that came after it. So this could be interesting.
Oh, well, completely valid. So looking at this, I don't like how it looks. I mean, I complained initially about a lot of the redesigns and whatnot, but here the animations and sound design are very, very weird. Your character grunts like he's playing tennis with every single action and hit, which is very weird for a Dark Souls game. And even there used to be a lot of like knockback and hit animations on like block, and now they just don't seem to exist. You seem to just block, and like there's very little feedback. There's not a lot of weight to it.
I'm rewatching it as you talk about that, and even when you said it originally, this is actually something I wanted to talk to you about when I saw you say it. Is like I both agree with you and disagree, because like he's still clearly in block stun. Like you can watch, like I'm literally watching him. There's the moment where he's fighting the dude in the hallway and he hits his shield like 5 times. He's in block stun, and there is an animation for it, but it is kind of
It's very short. Yeah.
I guess. But like, I don't really recall block stun animation in Souls games being that intense, unless it was something huge, like those moments where you get hit and your dude literally like slides backwards and gets stuck in block stun for like 3 seconds. But other than that, like I don't recall block stun being that massive. So I thought that was an interesting complaint.
I just remember it being more, but I could be kind of, my memories could be tainted with later Dark Souls gameplay, because I know Demon Souls was one of the best games for shields. Like one of. Like it kind of I know in Dark Souls 3, like if you use a shield you're like an idiot because it's invuln frame, rolling heavy armor, silly moves fest. It's very fast. But I remember in Demon Souls, yeah, shield was strong. Even though I don't think I used the shield much. I think I was two-handing halberdieng all the time. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. There's also a lot of there's some like weird stuff like at the start of 4-1 he's walking, which you guys won't know what 4-1 is, but well, some people won't. Is he's walking and there's like a big arch and there's fog and then there's a dead tree and it gets struck by lightning. That is literally the entrance to one of the arches. It's 4-1. Is that just like a stupid cinematic thing? Is that going to happen every single time you walk through that arch? So if you die, you're going to have to be subject to 40 lightning bolts? Is it going to just be one time? Why is it? Look, I'm nitpicking a lot because
that is massive nitpick. My God,
this is my favorite game, and everything I've seen so far I don't like, and I can't really put it into words that much. Besides, I don't like the artistic direction, sure, but that's objective. Yeah, well, no, it's subjective. My bad.
Objective.
Yeah, and then I think the hit blocking from my memory just seems very, very goddamn short. I should probably look at some gameplay of the original to just see if my memories align correctly. And then the grunting and stuff like that is the things that I see that are noticeably different, I don't like. And when it comes to something that is kind of special to me, as embarrassing and stupid as that is to say, yeah, I'm gonna be a little overly critical, and like to the point where even if this comes out on PC, I might not pick it up. But that's just me.
Really?
Yeah.
I find I don't know, I'm just kind of like shocked by your opinion on it, to be honest, because like once again, taking my opinion with a different backstory of the fact that like I didn't really care for the original of this game that much, but I had the exact opposite reaction where I'm watching this trailer and I'm like, I really like it. I think graphically it looks gorgeous.
Oh yeah, unequivocally, it looks really freaking beautiful.
It might be one of the best looking Souls games, which is hilarious because it's not made by FromSoft, and it looks fucking amazing. I think some of the animations some of them look a little weird, but others look really fucking amazing. And for the most part, I'm actually like this trailer. This gameplay trailer built hype for me where I kind of didn't have any, which is hilarious because then they stole it from me by being like, "No, it's not coming on PC. We lied." So I could probably play it anyway. But if it were to come on PC, I would totally get this. I'm actually like I am excited for it where I wasn't excited at all just by watching that gameplay for a game that I actually actively did not like, and now I'm watching this and I'm like, I kind of like it. I think it looks cool.
Anyone else?
Currently watching it.
As I said, I'm not the biggest Souls fan. I played a bit and I was A, not just my style. B, I kind of suck at them. So that never helps. That when you suck at a game, You're a little indifferent about them. You know what I mean?
No, I get you. Picking up what you put down.
But when some comes near and dear and the remaster isn't quite what you want, I get what you're saying with that sense of you're gonna be extra critical of everything they do to it.
I mean, a lot of people who are commenting on like this gameplay trailer seem to like it.
Well, again, like this is, I am never those. Well, I've never been one of those people where like my opinion is law. This is what I see and what I feel. Everyone is totally free to disagree. Like I'm fine with having the minority opinion. It's just what I think.
I like it. I get what you're saying about like the daintiness of some of the like blocks and attacks. But that's whatever to me, I guess. It's not that big a deal. I mean, like Brand was saying, this game is visually stunning.
I literally watched this gameplay and I'm rewatching it again, just like on loop as we talk about it. And my first reaction to it was like, this might be the nicest looking Souls game, and it's not even being made by FromSoft, which is kind of hilarious. But it looks fucking amazing. Like, I think it looks better than Bloodborne. I think it looks better than Sekiro. Like, graphically, this game looks fucking incredible.
Yeah, FromSoft has never been the most graphically bleeding edge developer ever.
I mean, some of their games look pretty fucking nice. Like the more recent ones, like Sekiro looks pretty fucking nice.
Right.
I think that
but
as nice as this, I don't know.
no, certainly not as nice as this. I would never even begin to say that. And I'm not too much of a graphics snob, so it's like there's nice and there's like above workable and stuff like that, and it's like I think FromSoft has always done like it's not bare bones, it's good, but none of the games I've ever gotten because it looks so good from a fidelity standpoint. I've said it looks good from, gameplay or art design, but not so much the glitz and glam, whereas this game is fucking beautiful. It's pretty crazy how good
Allow me
it
to
looks.
clarify as well. I'm not just saying that I would play this if it comes to PC because it looks really nice. I also think the gameplay looks fine. I think some of the animations look pretty cool. To be honest, I think what they did with like backstab and the parry animations are pretty incredible. When you compare them to, they're still they have like a little bit of jank to them, but I think they look nicer than some parry animations in actual mainline FromSoft games.
That is the one change so far that I like, is the front stab parry. Is it you used to just stab them in the stomach and then kind of just like push them down. Now you literally lift them up and before you stab them down, and it's pretty metal. That I like.
It looks nice to me. I'm staring at it as we talk about it, assuming that you'll edit out the gaps of silence. But like,
No,
I like it.
plays in.
The gameplay looks nice. Graphically, it looks nice. Like I said, this trailer, if it was intended to accomplish what it did with me, then it accomplished it, which is that it built hype for something I couldn't give less of a fuck about. And I watched this and I was like, I'll play this. Because Demon Souls for me was like, I can understand people liking it, but for me, like when I touched it, it just like it bounced off me so hard, and then to the point where it colored my opinion of games going forward, where I was like, I'm not gonna fuck with that Dark Souls shit because I hated that Demon Souls shit. And then I played Dark Souls, and it just felt like a slightly less clunky version of that game that I played with systems that were like a little bit less fucked up. And I found myself enjoying it. So it's kind of insane that I'm watching this gameplay and I'm like, I'm kind of excited for it. I'm excited for it as well in the sense of like, I want to see what they do with everything else in the game as well, because we're only seeing gameplay. So like, how are they going to change up other stuff, like all the weapon upgrade shit and all that stuff that was in Demon Souls. How deep does the remake go?
Yeah, that's true. Because so far we're just seeing like animation changes. We haven't seen all the layouts so far. Like I've recognized everything that they've shown. But who the hell knows? It'll be interesting.
Which, once again, it's hilarious that I actually care about this now because I'm probably not going to be allowed to play it because it's probably not going to come to PC. I lied
You know
about
what
it.
game got a remake that I didn't even know got a remake, but like when I saw it got a remake, I was like, oh, nostalgia. Kingdoms of Reckoning or whatever the hell.
Yeah, kick.
Traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about that.
Yeah,
Well, I wasn't here for these talks.
Rhode Island's got to get its money back somehow.
And I see mixed things about it, which is sad because I actually incredibly loved the system they used.
To be honest with you, I don't think that game had a chance of not having like mixed reviews because I think some people are just going to review it bad.
Boys.
Yeah.
We're going topic. What's the next PlayStation thing?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's Resident Evil 8. Devil May Cry.
Did anyone watch that?
I didn't.
Am I literally the only one that watched the Resident Evil 8 trailer?
I mean, I skimmed it. You're more into Resident Evil than I am, so
Take us away.
All right. Well, I mean, to be honest, then this will be incredibly one-sided and not that long, but I liked it. It's not a mind-blowing trailer. There's a lot of shit in it that we've already seen. The one thing I took away from it that I thought was kind of interesting is that we get a more detailed look at what appears to be like the basic enemy of the game. And it's just like the dudes who are like vaguely hairy and like werewolf-esque, but we get a nice panned out view of them. And there's a moment in the trailer where we can see like 3 of them just standing next to each other with like this other dude who's gigantic. And something I noticed is that they're all like kind of Ganado-esque, where they're not like full-blown werewolfy dudes like I was thinking they were going to be. They're like walking around and holding weapons. And there's like 3 or 4 of them together at a time.
Dang.
Which makes me wonder, like, if they're the basic enemy type, are they shooting for something more along the lines of like RE4 from a first-person perspective with the enemy types? Because like now we're talking about dudes who might be coming at you at like a quickened pace, holding weapons like RE4 enemies. So it's very interesting. That's like the one takeaway from the trailer, because everything else, to be completely honest, wasn't that mind-blowing or different from what we've already seen. I think they extended the scene a little bit where Chris murks Ethan's wife by like 5 or 10 seconds or something like that. But I'd have to go watch it again to be sure. But I believe they did. And other than that, like that was my only takeaway from it, is that the enemy type looks very like RE4-ish. I think it's how the game takes place in a fucking village in the middle of the woods. Maybe they're trying to channel that a little bit, but played from like a first-person perspective. I just hope RE8 retains the horror vibe of 7 and like the survival horror vibe of 7. And doesn't just become like an action fest from a first-person perspective, shooting up a village for like fucking 7 hours. But you never know. Maybe they'll fuck it all up.
That's interesting. Are we getting the Resident Evil 6 of Resident Evil 7?
I fucking hope not.
Getting the
game
action-y version?
It still looks gloomy and it looks like kind of spooky, and like I feel like they're still trying to set the horror vibe a little bit. I'm assuming it's not going to be an action fucking fiesta, but you never know. The big thing for me was when you see 3 of the dudes and it's in a moment where they're all walking around, they're holding like sledgehammers and shit, and it's in a moment where like a really big guy, like classic just large man enemy, like jumps down and he's holding some kind of large weapon, and I'm like, this looks like something I'd see out of like RE5. Like there's all these dudes and armed, and I'm like,
So again, I haven't seen it, but everything I'm hearing, I'm just picturing scenes from Bloodborne, honestly. It's lanky wolfmen with weapons, and then
maybe
big
hold on,
guys.
let me go find the exact moment in the trailer. I'm just gonna skim it really quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because it's kind of weird.
Sounds weird.
It's definitely going to be interesting, because again, well, I mean, it's clearly a continuation of like Resident Evil 7 kind of mechanics, and in that game it was very rare, even in the more actiony DLC where you're playing like as Chris, to face more than one enemy. And I don't know, it sounds neat.
Yeah, that should start it. And in the event that it's like 1:50, and then a few seconds after that, you'll see what I'm talking about. They're kind of brief frames, but
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
see what I'm saying? It's like 3 or 4 of them. They have like weapons. They're moving like dudes, and then this giant hairy man with like a very large hammer or something like jumps down, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like it looks like an RE5 combat moment. You know, there's like 4 Ganados. The large like executioner guy jumps down, and he's the big threat in the fight. Like that dude from the early moments of 5 with like the hood on his head and the huge weapon. Like
yeah,
it's a very like,
that's what that weapon reminds me of immediately.
so you see what I'm saying? It's like a classic, like more action-oriented moment of like a more recent Resident Evil game, and I don't know how I feel about it. But then like other parts of the trailer kind of give me that like horror vibe. So I don't know. I don't know what they're shooting for. I really hope it's not just like big combats and wide open areas from a first-person perspective, because I don't want that. I would kind of prefer to get like another version of RE7's style. But whatever, I'm sure whatever that game winds up being, it's probably going to be good, because Capcom doesn't really suck ass anymore. I just hope stylistically it's what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's Brandon's long-winded opinion, because no one else really watched the trailer.
Hey, we need opinions. They're important. Speaking of Brandon's long-winded opinions, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition.
Did anyone watch this?
I saw it.
Nope.
Good. Then it won't just be me. I mean, there's not like a fuckload to talk about, but like, hey, it's Devil May Cry 5.
We got
And
Virgil,
sent
baby.
Actually, make me get the game.
Should have got it the first time. It's pretty good. And here's what's up. There's literally no reason for you to not have gotten it the first time, because we'll roll right into the strange pricing dilemma with the PC version, which is that they're not selling Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition on PC. They're just going to sell Virgil as DLC for the base game. So I don't know what that means. From what I can tell, I've done a little bit of research by like you as well. Like we read the website, we saw like their blog posts about it. I read articles about this announcement. It seems like Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is Virgil. It's Turbo Mode and Legendary Dark Knight Mode, which are things that DMC4 Special Edition had, and some other stuff, I think. I can't remember what off the top of my head. And the Special Edition itself is coming out on PS5 and Xbox digitally on launch day for both consoles. But for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, it doesn't say that we're getting DMC5 Special Edition. It just says that they're going to allow you to purchase Virgil as DLC at a later date. And I don't know what that means. Does that mean that we're only going to get Virgil? Or does that mean that when I buy Virgil, I get him and all those extra game modes, and I'm essentially upgrading my game to Special Edition? Like, how is that going to work? They're not telling me. It's very confusing. I don't like it. I'm standing up right now. I'm doing squats in my room.
And this is very classic Capcom when it's, hey, we're releasing a special edition of the game. Take that version you bought and just throw it into the trash. $40, please. Thank you.
This is true. Unless, who knows? Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because maybe the standalone Virgil DLC on PC will be less expensive, and if you're buying it on PS5, maybe it's like full price again, or like Xbox Series X or whatever. So who knows what the fuck the pricing is going to be?
I think it's $40. I think that's what I saw.
Even on PC?
PC, no, we no idea what the Virgil DLC is, but special edition is 40.
Damn. Okay. Assuming that the DLC for PC, PS4, and Xbox One is like a special edition upgrade that gives you the extra modes as well, which might not be the case, but assuming that that is the case, that's probably not going to be $40.
I hope it's not.
I would assume it's not, meaning that if you're buying it on the new consoles, you're basically having to buy the game again, kind of, for like $20 less, though. So technically you're not, but it's still really fucking expensive just for Virgil and a few extra game modes. It's probably not worth $40, to be honest.
It's really worth $40 if you don't own the original.
Hey, one of our 5 listeners, as well as everyone on this podcast who has not played DMC5, the game is fucking awesome. I love it. I fucking adore that game. It's incredible. All the existing content is already fucking insane. And now they're going to put Virgil in the game with game modes from DMC4 that were fucking awesome. Like Legendary Dark Knight's fucking sick. So I'm very excited. And people should play that game. It's fucking dope.
It's fucking dope.
I really like Virgil. But I really like
everyone
all the
does,
characters.
Richie.
Get motivated.
Everyone.
Of course.
Take out your credit card and get motivated.
Literally everyone likes Virgil.
Is the Virgil DLC like just gonna be like a separate story?
Probably not. I'm gonna I don't think they've said, but if they're gonna do it like they did in DMC4, I bet you just play the game as Virgil, like you do all the Nero missions and Dante missions just as him.
Doesn't it have to be something different though? Because isn't Virgil in the game technically already?
No, trust me, my friend. It does not. Because in DMC4 Special Edition, you pick Virgil, and you literally just play the game, but as him, and they just give him things to allow him
Virgil, to killing Virgil.
Yes, that is potentially what it's going to be. Depending on how lazy they want to be about it, that is potentially
something I saw that maybe you could shine some light on. Is I was watching the trailer and all that. It looks like Virgil stabs himself and he becomes V.
Yeah, that was cool.
I don't know how that's gonna work. Fucking just switch characters on the fly.
That might be the case. It might be like I don't know. Maybe they'll give him like
There's got to be a way to switch back. I just want to see that animation, whatever that is. Because the animation for him to turn into V is pretty cool and makes sense.
People so this is a complaint. This is one of the few complaints people had in DMC5, myself included to some extent, is that V is a very cool character, but his moveset is very clearly limited in comparison to Nero and Dante's. So maybe what they're doing is they're just rolling Virgil into him. So when you pick him, you just get both, you know, as a way to kind of like flesh him out more. So you can switch on the fly if you want between him and V, and essentially double your moveset. Who knows? But I'm excited, and I will be purchasing this potentially day one when it comes to music.
If the game like gets a sale or something, I doubt it. But
DMC5 is fucking phenomenal, even for the existing content. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fucking games. There's a lot of difficulty levels. I think Dante and DMC5 is fucking intense, and this is just more shit into an already very good game. I'm very excited.
Also, just from a design standpoint, it's very fun to go on the website, and when you scroll down to Virgil's part, did
Yeah,
you
it does
do
the
that?
like judgment cut. Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice. It's like I'm gonna stop your scrolling for a second, and you're gonna see a judgment cut, and then here's Virgil, and it's just so. It's very cool web design.
I went down and I was like, why didn't my what's going on? Why's my browser black? What happened to the website? And then it fucking judgment cut my screen, and I was like, oh, that was pretty sick. I like it.
10 out of 10 web design. Very good.
I'm very excited.
Also, there's a couple of weird, fun little things there where there's the mode that makes it 120 frames per second. That'll be interesting to see and feel. And
I will be swinging around my real life Yamato every day in preparation. I will be studying the blade. Anthony gave me Yamato for my birthday. All 5 listeners on the podcast, which I'm holding right now as we speak.
He's
motivated. For the rest of this podcast, I will be studying the blade because that trailer has me motivated.
He's learning new power.
Motivated.
He's got to get more strength.
I'm very motivated. My dog just opened my door, so I'm standing here sheathing
Like,
and
I too am
unsheathing the
motivated,
Yamato.
master.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's like, I too am motivated.
Don't judge me, dog.
The other thing that's cool, Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Did anyone watch that?
I watched it.
No.
That's the
Nope.
thing I was most
God
excited for some.
That's an interesting thing to be excited about. I will admit, I was a little taken aback by it stylistically.
Oh wow, yeah. I jokingly referred to it as Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 15, The Witcher, Dragon's Dogma, and because it looks like all of those things.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. It's kind of weird. Like I wasn't anticipating like dark fantasy, Final Fantasy,
and very clearly Western tinged too.
Yeah,
like it's
but
this
still
isn't...
with some weird like anime shit.
Well, yeah, of course. Everyone is a part of a Korean pop band and fighting monsters.
Yeah,
but
and a kid,
yeah,
turns into a fucking demon.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just weird for just stylistically very, very Western. I understand being guarded, because the last few Final Fantasies haven't been great.
Was that like 8-year-old child supposed to be like turning into Ifrit? Is that what that was?
I think so. I think that's what that was.
Is that going to be your summons? Does the child turn into your summons?
That could be cool. I want to weaponize children.
I'm sorry. Wait, what?
What?
It's a very strong
talking about,
Coco
Fire
army.
Emblem here?
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm just on the path already. I'm ready for that red beret. I'm ready to dip my hands in blood. Anyway,
Tito Bakoko's child army can turn into Ifrit and Shiva and Quetzalcoatl.
Oh, I hope
and Knights of
Quetzalcoatl's in
the
there.
Realm.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it looks very interesting. Combat looks it looks like a hybrid kind of between 15 and the Final Fantasy VII remake. Which I mean, I've heard better things about Final Fantasy VII remake than Final Fantasy 15. There's a lot of interesting things to take from that. Is we only see gameplay of this one guy. This is a Final Fantasy game. Where the hell is the party?
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
It's weird to just be a single character actor. Are you gonna get new characters? Will you be able to switch between them? Who knows?
They could be showing us like early game combat, where like maybe you don't have a party yet.
Could be.
Or something, or it's all just sizzle reel combat where they didn't feel like putting in other characters and just showing us what it looks like with a party.
Well, yeah, there was no release date, so this could be a while off.
Or
not that I remember.
or there is no party at all, and it's actually single character, and it's just like a character action game instead of an RPG.
That'd be cool.
It's
And
possible.
there's a lot of speculation I'm reading too about where the hell this is and where it's taking place, because it's like people are making links between characters as like a prequel to Vagrant Story, which is kind of awesome. I really like Vagrant Story. And then people are also making links where this could be part of the MMO Final Fantasy XIV. It could be part of its kind of prehistory, because there was an age
Wow.
when like the elementals went to war, and in the trailer we see Ifrit fighting a phoenix. So there's a lot of things like that where people are like, whoa, wait, hold on, why does it have Ivalance stuff in it? Why does it have Final Fantasy XIV stuff in it? Like, what is this? Is this completely new? You know, all that type of stuff. It's interesting.
The part that made me kind of like recoil is a little strong. I wouldn't say that, but the part that made me kind of go like, "Whoa," was when that one dude gets murked and it just sprays like viscera all over some other character's face, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Is this a Final Fantasy game? What the fuck's going on?" Looks like I'm looking at like a Dragon Age game or something. This is kind of weird. But it's cool. I'm interested. I'm interested because my expectations were kind of subverted. I didn't see dark, gritty fantasy coming from a Final Fantasy game.
Hmm.
We kind of knew it was going to be like a fantasy game from some of those leaks. Like, remember that art that leaked like a couple months
we
ago?
actually did a thing about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, we sort of knew it was going to be a fantasy game, and people were speculating whether or not it was going to be like in the Final Fantasy Tactics universe and shit like that. I wasn't expecting like what we got. The
No, yeah.
darkness of it is kind of shocking, but it also has me interested. And it's coming to PC,
Yeah.
which is, you know, once again one of those things that they definitely didn't make extremely evident in the showcase for the game, but it is coming to PC. Get hype.
And then the
I'm watching the trailer right now.
mhm.
This might be the first ever Final Fantasy game I'm actually interested in now.
Why is that?
I don't know, it just looks cool.
Yeah, it does. It definitely looks neat. I definitely probably I slept on like Christ. I don't think I even bought Final Fantasy 12. I don't think I've touched Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy X, for Christ's
Wow.
sakes.
I
And,
have 15 on Steam, but I haven't played it yet. I wanted to because people were fucking singing its praises for quite some time. I will very likely pop 15 on and play it before this game comes out.
But yeah, it's definitely enough interesting elements for me to be very interested, and I'll
See what you say by like it's Witcher.
oh yeah, right? Yeah, when the gameplay starts. So yeah, tentative hype.
I got like very, I don't know, like when the actual gameplay starts, I got like, especially like the combat, I got very, it looked like a modern Final Fantasy game to me. Like it just kind of looks like 15, but maybe a little bit flashier.
It'll be interesting if I would definitely prefer the problem with 15's gameplay, not that I've played it, but from what I've seen, is it's kind of spammy, because you can just kind of like do whatever moves you want, which is fine in a way, but the Final Fantasy remake I think had like the best version of it, where you had to do either regular moves or heavy to fill up basically a special meter, and then once you had bars of special meter, you could use an item, you could cast a spell, things of that nature. And being that he's going from like combos to casting spells and then back into combos, it might be leaning more that way as opposed to just a completely free system. So
Yeah,
and I think
they'll
that's neat.
they will integrate things that were successful from 7 remake for sure. I know. Maybe this is kind of hand in hand with what you just said about 15, but I know a complaint I've heard from a lot of people is that 15's combat kind of like plays itself to some extent. Like it's not extraordinarily active, or so I've heard. So I don't know. I'm sure they will take criticism to heart, and I'm sure this will be a very active combat system. It sure looks neat in motion,
Yeah,
and I'm interested.
And the last thing to touch on, well, there's two things. So this one will be quick. They showed Cold War gameplay. That game looks fucking ridiculous. It's like I remember when Call of Duty was like, oh, it's like so real. It's like a movie, but it's like grounded and it's real. And this one, he stabs a man in the face and then shoots him with his own pistol. He attaches a grenade to a guy, throws him into an explosive barrel, and then shoots the explosive barrel. He doesn't even wait for the grenade. And it's like there's an RC car that blows up a plane. Like this is
that part was fucking weird.
yeah.
Where they're in this car chase, and then he's like, "Hold up, I got this." And then they put the RC car down in the middle of the car chase, and it's keeping up with the actual cars, and it's like
It's faster
chasing
than
down
the
a
actual
plane.
car, yeah.
Like, it's like, what the fuck is this action movie shit?
And
What's going on right now?
It's going off sick ramps and stuff.
Yeah.
It is the Michael Bay of fucking war movies.
It really is.
Games.
That's very apt. And then the RC car blows up the plane. The plane swerves, but one of its wings kind of goes down, and then one of the dudes in like the other Jeeps like ramps over the wing and flips over the plane. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like it's pure like action movie fucking schlock.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily bad.
No.
Jank as shit.
There's a reason people watch those things and play games that would ape those things. Definitely not what I expected. Like, I mean, the last few CODs, I mean, I've actually played Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare. They're pretty goddamn over the top, but they were also
pretty old.
They were also in the future and in space. Whereas, like, the thing I said was that I was like, this Cold War video game looks more over the top and crazy than a Remedy game called Crossfire X. Like that has Metal Gear Solid shit in it, and it looks more grounded and realistic. Like, and then the last thing is the price. Yay, we know how much it'll cost.
I don't even remember what the price is.
The disc version is the same as the Xbox Series S, so $49.99. And then surprising people is the discless version. People were thinking it would be like $50 cheaper. No, they knocked the full 100 off it. It's $399.99. So it's that sweet
They're just
spot
aping
middle
the
ground.
fucking. They're literally like aping Microsoft pricing now, aren't they? Or no, isn't the Series S
$299?
Yeah. All right.
Which makes sense because it's actually it's like a pared down system, whereas the PS5 digital is just no disc tray. That's it. And so not much to say about that. I mean, that's I'm not surprised that they matched the price. And
I'm surprised I'll say the only thing I'm surprised in is that they didn't try to like undercut it even slightly.
it's like $4.99 and they dropped the 99 cents. It's
I just thought it would be like mildly cheaper, like what with all the fucking specs comparisons that we've been hearing about for months and months. Like I didn't think they would try to just match it, but apparently that's not the case.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing, because specs on paper versus performance or even engineering, because again, supposedly they have a dedicated audio card. I don't even know what the hell that's all about. So yeah, I could see it production-wise, even if overall power is not greater, probably being even more expensive than a Series X. So I was expecting the $450. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
$450 and then $399 for the discless version. But
so you do see what I'm saying? Like I thought it would be like at least mildly less expensive. I didn't think they would just match them fucking dollar for dollar. But whatever, I'm sure it won't fucking matter.
Yeah. And then the other price thing that was related to this is those games we talked about, $70.
Yeah, we got fucking hard confirmation. It's happening.
The dark reality is coming true.
It's kind of happening. Hold on, where's that image you posted?
I think I posted
With all
it
the
in
prices.
the Discord.
Yeah, there it is. Astro's Playroom, pre-installed on PS5. What the fuck is that?
It's just a toolbox. Like it's a little fun. It's a sandboxy like fun thing where it's like, here's some things you can interact with it. Yay.
Okay. Anyway, here we go. Are y'all ready? Please be excited. Demon Souls, $69.99. Destruction All Stars, $69.99. Spider-Man Miles Morales is only going to be $49.99, which is kind of interesting. And Sackboy is $59.99. But those two other games, $69.99. Probably meaning that $70 is the future. Please be excited.
You know what'd be really funny and what Microsoft should do is, I don't know if Microsoft has listed the price for any of its games, but if they just like don't do that.
What, they just keep it 60? They're not
so it's just like, because right now, if you're buying a PlayStation 5 over a Series X, it's for the games, and for then the only games that are exclusive for PlayStation are just $10 more than anything on like Xbox. That could kneecap them super hard. That could take a lot of wind out of the sails. I don't know. It would be a good idea.
Microsoft is going to see. It would be a good idea, but Microsoft is going to see that $70 price point that everyone's doing, and they're just going to match it. It's the fucking industry standard going forward, which is honestly fucking sickening and gross. But what are you going to do about it?
Not buy them.
It's true, but the thing that concerns me is that even when these games go on sale, I bet sale prices will also be more expensive. You get your 50% cut off the main fucking price of $70 during like a Steam summer sale. It's still going to be more expensive than it would have been otherwise.
Well, I mean, yeah, dude, even a freaking 10% off doesn't even get it back to the original price.
Nope. And that's the reality we're living in now.
You need at least like a 15%er to just get back down to 60.
I think about like Bethesda's a really shit company, right? But the one thing that Bethesda does that I actually really like, is that, and they've done this historically for like the last few years, is when they put out a game, where they don't put out a game, but they publish a game, and it gets released on like Steam. The first like major Steam sale that happens, they slash that price by like 50%. I got Doom Eternal for like $30, like 4 months after it was brand new, which is kind of awesome, right? But now I'm like, new industry standard, it's going to be a little bit more fucking expensive, however much they decide to slash those prices, because now they're going to be $70 when they come out instead of fucking 60. So you're getting fucked even when these games go on sale. Fucking blows my ass, dude. I honestly can't stand it. You posted that picture and I saw $69.99 on those two games and I fucking groaned. Like, I knew it was coming, but it fucking blows.
Yeah, it's a groanable thing.
It's the new reality. Please be excited.
But hey, that wraps up the Sony event. It's pretty good.
Yep, mostly excited for Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's go, dude.
Stop it. All
Fuck
right.
Devil May Cry. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, who is that?
What that is.
So let's do a couple of fast stories here. Grass.
You know who could solve the problem with those animatronics? Dante.
Yeah.
He could solve that problem
in
real
a
quick.
second. Why didn't anyone try that? Just fucking stab
Yahoo.
him.
Yahoo Pizza Time.
He would go to a pizza joint.
He would. And then he's trapped in a mall with a bunch of animatronics, but that's not a big deal.
Because it's Dante. And quick stories. Grasshopper delays No More Heroes. Sad face.
Big sad.
Razer has released gum.
Is this Razer alone, or is it like in partnership with someone else?
It looks like it's Stride. Doesn't it? Doesn't everything
Oh.
about the packaging just look like Stride?
I'm gonna Google it.
It's got to be Respawn.
Oh, it's 5 gum. Like in partnership with Razer, I
knew
guess.
it.
Chew, focus, win. Elevate your play with the gum to maintain mental focus and reaction time. This unique gum combines green tea extract and B vitamins with the invigorating and long-lasting flavors of 5 gum.
It's literally energy gum? Is there
Every game is a new opportunity to come out on top, Anthony. Start it with a stick of Respawn by 5.
Did they put Adderall in it?
Formulated with vitamins and nutrients.
Such as Adderall.
Long-lasting taste. It's sugar-free.
Oh, thank God.
And it's black. It's black as night. It's a stick of black gum.
Stick it in your mouth. It's fine.
Choose between cool mint, pomegranate watermelon, and tropical punch.
Tropical punch your foes in 120 frames per second that your eyes can finally track thanks to Respawn gum.
I need some of this.
I'm gonna buy it ironically.
Okay, I'll die less than Tarkov if I'm shooting Respawn by 5.
You'll be.
Are they selling this right now? Oh my
I don't
god,
know.
they are.
Oh God.
God, they are.
Let's get some Respawn. Let's step our game
Hold
up.
on, can I get this on Amazon? Let me go.
Our first sponsor, Respawn gum.
I'll do a live taste test on the podcast. God, it's on Amazon, dude. It's the #1 new release in chewing gum.
Oh god.
$27.99 for I don't know how much you get. I'm
That-
a little
Hopefully a lot. That's expensive.
10 packs. 10 pack. 15 sticks. 15 sticks of gum for $27.99?
There has to be multiple packs in that.
This gum
You
better
gotta
give me a fucking job.
Did you say it was a 10-pack?
Oh, yeah, it's a 10 pack.
So it's 156 a gum.
Okay, it's a lot. That's
I didn't know I was on mute the whole time. I was muted.
really?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I was talking the entire time.
Jesus Christ, Rob.
This wouldn't have happened if you had
Off out of the
Respawn
cast.
gum.
Yeah, I know. I was doing my
Rob's getting really quiet, but what? I'm just gonna keep rolling. Respawn gum, baby.
We might
Or
get an
gamers.
extra like because of his mute.
Or gamers. Wow. Or gamers.
No one likes
buy
no
games.
talking.
Oh,
I'm gonna get.
boy.
I'm gonna.
Ah,
$27.99. You're all gonna get a live taste test.
live taste test.
Which flavor should I get? Cool
Watermel-
mint,
wa-
pomegranate watermelon, or tropical punch?
Pomegranate watermelon sounds
Tropical
disgusting.
punch.
Yeah, go with the
Tropical
tropical punch.
Even
All
though
right,
I
we'll
love
go. We're gonna get
gum.
tropical punch.
Are you really buying fucking?
What the hell is next on the list?
Does there need to be anything else?
All right, boys, it's in the mail.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Amazon says
People,
I'll
make
get it by
sure you
Tuesday.
subscribe so that we can do so you are aware when we do the live taste test.
You'll get it Tuesday. That's perfect. That's a day before our next recording.
Make sure you hit subscribe, people. So you get the
Is
notification.
ordered.
You fucking ring that bell and you tune in next week because we're gonna be chewing some gum.
What's this about the new Left 4 Dead thing?
It's getting a new update. Apparently, it's kind of like a don't get too fucking excited, even though I'm like kind of interested in it because it's not Valve doing it because Valve doesn't do anything with their games anymore, including Dota 2.
Of course.
But it is a new update. I think it's community made and it's officially supported by Valve. Like it's a quote unquote official update, and it's gonna add like a bunch of shit, like 39 achievements. I think it adds like 10 new survival maps.
Whoa.
Nice.
A bunch of other crap. It's actually pretty fucking sizable, and they're pegging it as the last update that the game is ever gonna get. So I'm interested in it. I may actually like. Does anyone want to play that? when it comes out? Anyone?
Yeah.
I'll actually buy it.
Yeah, I don't have
Fuck
it.
yeah, dude. He doesn't
But
have it.
I will get it because isn't it like $2 or some shit?
Probably.
Left 4 Dead
Probably.
2, it's $10.
Are the original survivors going in it?
They've always been in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They've been in it forever.
Did not know that.
I'll buy Left 4 Dead 2 to play with you guys.
Left 4 Dead 2. I remember we started playing it again like not too long ago, right? Didn't we have like a couple days where we started playing it?
I literally have
Randomly?
8 friends who own this game, and I do not have it.
Have you ever played it?
I've played games like it, but I've never played this game specifically.
Very good.
Ever played Left 4 Dead 2? I mean, I've played Left 4 Dead 2.
No, I've played many
It's
games
fun.
like Left 4 Dead 2, but I've never played actually Left 4 Dead 2.
Very good. Very good game.
You know what? I've played a lot. It's been so long. I guarantee you, all the skills and memories have just dumped out of my brain.
Oh yeah, we'll get
Probably.
bodied. That's fine. I just want to play it.
It kind of reminds from watching videos right now of people playing it. It kind of reminds me of Deep Rock.
Yeah.
It's a 4-player co-op game.
There it is.
I mean, Left 4 Dead is kind of the start of the massive popularity of games like that. Every 4-player co-op game you've ever played probably got the idea to do it. Or every 4-player first-person shooter co-op game you've played in the last like decade probably got the idea to do it because Left 4 Dead came out and fucking exploded.
Fair enough.
Kind of like how, you know, Half-Life influenced a fucking generation of first-person shooters. Valve has a tendency of doing things like that when they actually get off their ass and make video games. It doesn't happen very often.
They made Half-Life Alyx, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Half-Life Alyx I heard was actually very good.
Too bad I can't play that, huh? And most people.
Did they revolutionize the fucking virtual reality?
No, I didn't
Apparently
hear
it's
that,
like-
but I heard it was very good.
I've heard it's like the fucking experience on VR. Like if you have a VR headset, you should play it. That's what I know about it. But
I hear it's one of the better shooters in VR.
Valve, where's my Treasure 3? You fucks.
Because it
Well,
has one of the things that they did that many VRs don't is that you can you have a set amount of ammo you can carry, but if you find extra ammo things, you can literally just have your character hold a box and just throw things in it and carry that box with you.
Nice.
Valve, please get off your ass and make video games that aren't VR exclusive. that I
Make a
can play,
VR
like-
Left 4 Dead game.
Think
Half-Life 3,
tinfoil
yeah.
hat. Do you think that they're doing this to drop hype for possibly doing a Left 4 Dead 3?
Impossible.
I think you want
That'd be
my
really
tinfoil
good.
hat. Here's my tinfoil hat prediction, and I've had this prediction in my brain ever since Half-Life Alyx came out. It could be completely wrong, but I think Alyx is the precursor to potentially
Another
a
Half-Life.
wave of more games from Valve at some point in the future. It might be sooner, it might be later, but I think we're gonna see a new game from Valve, brand new. It could be a Half-Life game, could be Portal, could be Left 4 Dead, but it won't be VR exclusive, and they will make a new fucking video game some point. I'm calling
I
it.
would be very interested to see another Portal game because Portal 2 ended very interesting.
What if Gabe has finally gotten over his fear of the number 3, and we get Half-Life 3, we get Portal 3, we get Left 4 Dead 3. All the 3s come out at once.
He makes three
Oh.
games. He's like, I'm doing shock therapy.
He Ricochet 3 comes out. He skips 2. He just goes right to 3. Treasure 3 comes out. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. 3. Please make the thumbnail something to do with Valve and number 3.
You know it. You know
It
it.
only occurred to me just now that the only 3 Valve acknowledges and gives a fuck about are Treasure 3s. That's it. That's the only 3. And it's
There's
because
no
it's
other 3s.
minimal effort for free money. Wow.
Free 3. Think about it.
What'll happen if they do that, right? Ready? This is the in the parallel universe where they put out all 3 of those games on the same day and just light the world on fire. This is what'll happen. They put them all out on Steam, right? and Gabe Newell has a monitor up on. He has 2 monitors up on his desk. One is showing him a live feed of all the money that they're making from releasing those 3 games at the same time. The other one is a live feed of all the money they make just by existing and running Steam. And when he looks at the one monitor and he sees how pitiful an amount of money it is from those games that they spent money on to make, and then looks over at the amount of money that Steam prints, he goes, "Cancel all upcoming releases past this date, please, because we just make free money by not doing anything." And that's why we don't get video games from Valve anymore. So looks at Battle Pass earnings for Dota 2, and he's like, we barely did shit, and we made like $40-something million. They didn't even get gameplay updates.
Oh, we made 20 cosmetics that we stole from the community, and we made $100 million.
we make our heroes look pretty, and we made fucking millions upon millions of dollars. Cancel Half-Life 3. Cheryl, cancel Half-Life 3.
Yeah, I know I said put it in the works, but I'm canceling it again.
Cancel it.
What we got else at this point?
Well, primarily.
I'm drinking now. The procedure will get worse and worse as time goes on.
Mandalorian season 2.
I don't
Never
know
watched the
nor.
first season.
Yeah, go ahead. I know nothing.
This is the way, and I'm happy. I know, Anthony, you have some opinions about Mandalorian, but I enjoyed it.
I'm sorry.
I didn't watch the first season, so I have no opinion.
First season was very good.
We got 2 big contrarian opinions from Anthony in this podcast. Doesn't everyone love fucking Mandalorian?
I mean, I love the look of Baby Yoda.
It's regarded as a good show.
A lot of people say that it's like the only good Star Wars thing to come out in recent memory.
You know what? I'm the one detractor here. I will still say it is the best Star Wars thing to come out.
Since Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One.
I enjoyed Rogue One.
Rogue One was good.
I kind of liked Force Awakens too. I realize it was just A New Hope, but that's also why I liked it. Because I like A New Hope. So of course I like it when they do it again.
I'll sit here and say I liked all of them to an extent, but that's my personal opinion. It's also my personal opinion that they're all trash, but I still like them.
There you go.
That's right. I forgot about
Yeah.
this conversation before, but never on the podcast, where you literally sat down at a table with all of us and went, I acknowledged that the movie I just saw was shit, but I liked it. And I looked at you and I was like, I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, that's quite a fucking word I'm looking for.
I will say that's a personal opinion. I will say Rogue One was good, was not a personal opinion. It was just good.
It was just a good movie. I enjoyed it very much.
I just listened to the fucking Red Letter Media review of Rogue One like a week ago. And I haven't seen the movie myself, but they didn't appear to like it, which I thought was interesting because I remember that I like hearing you say it now and seeing some other people say that it's like a decent movie. It was kind of shocking to me to hear them say that it was bad.
Well,
it seemed like a lot of other
what did they say was bad about it, though?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch.
Well, I know for me what I could say is the characters are kind of flat, but
yeah, I think that's what they said, is that the characters are kind of
but it's okay because the adventures pretty tight and the action is very, very good.
I feel the action scenes are very well done. I very much love the overarching like story, even though we kind of know how it's gonna end for him.
Spoilers.
And I think actually not the main character, in my personal opinion, but some of the side characters actually I liked a lot. And it gave you a bit more of a grounding into the universe, because it's not just Jedis and like people running around. It's actually just people.
One of these days, at some point, I will actually watch all these new Star Wars movies.
Getting a little sidetracked. Back to Mandalorian. Season 2 trailer was cool. I think it's interesting because I don't know the timeline off the top of my head, but wherever the Mandalorian's sitting, and I mean, for the most part, I mean, everyone fucking knows, but like Baby Yoda, like, I guess in the trailer, he's got to try to get him back to Jedi.
Wow.
Which is interesting because there are no like fucking Jedi anymore. So where's he gonna bring him?
I mean, there's a million like bullshit things that like there's a few Jedi that escaped the whole.
Can I ask
fucking
a
thing.
question?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about The Mandalorian. I haven't watched it. I know literally nothing other than the fact that there is a baby Yoda, and everyone says baby Yoda a lot.
Dude, he's
Um,
fucking adorable as well.
so question, is the baby Yoda, once again, from someone who's not in the show and knows nothing about it,
I
is
don't
this
think he's legitimately
literally-
Baby Yoda.
and that was my question. Is it literally Yoda? Or is it
No.
like
Well,
I
it's
think it's Yoda's race.
No, it's just a baby Yoda, as in baby Yoda
race?
race.
Yes.
there's
okay.
people that suspect it's like a clone baby, but those people are crazy.
I don't know about
I
that
mean, hang on. These are these the people who also hang on.
because like well, we know
I
it's
ain't gonna
not
spoil
baby
it, but-
Yoda because I mean obviously we have a timeline. It takes place after the fall of the Empire, and it's after the fall of Mandalore and all that shit. We know that. The something interesting that I don't know if it was rumors or confirmed. It might have only been rumors. Don't quote me on it. But supposedly there was casting for Ahsoka Tano,
Ooh.
which would tie in like Rebels and Clone Wars to this, because we know from Rebels and all that that Ahsoka survives.
Last thing I
And
saw from
she
Rebels,
was
she
a
was dead.
Jedi. So I think that would be seeing as it's all fucking Disney now. I think they could tie in the show with Mandalorian.
Last thing I saw of Ahsoka was she was dead in Rebels. Was apparently they brought her back.
Yeah, brought her back. Time bullshit.
Yeah, I that saddened me because as much as I love Ahsoka, her final scene before time bullshit was actually very, very cool. And I
Yes.
loved it.
That was actually amazing. That like fight sequence / ending, and then they reversed it all with time bullshit. But
Which makes me angry.
Well, hey, now the Force can just heal people, so
Yeah,
fuck
but
it.
it kills
able
you.
to do
It
that.
No
kills
one-
you, and
No one's ever really gone, guys.
yeah, I know.
it
But
was
almost
always
like a
able
lot
to
of-
do that.
It's almost like the more complicated Star Wars gets, the dumber it also is. And there's
I
a
just-
lot of real shit in Star Wars.
I loved for that brief moment. Spoiler warnings when Ahsoka's fighting Darth Vader. Like he has that brief moment of looking almost like he's back to going to Anakin, and he's just like, nah, fuck it, murder. You will die. You will either run or you will die. And Darth Vader is not known for mercy like that.
Yeah, it was a very cool sequence. I mean, I didn't interpret it as he had like a moment of doubt. I think he was always going to kill her.
He gave her a chance to run, which is very unlike him.
Yeah, and that's obviously like they have history, so that's why he did that. But very cool scene. I very much like honestly like Rebels was very good. And I would like to watch Clone Wars and Rebels, but I don't have the patience and or time for that.
I actually watched all of Clone Wars up until I think like the last season. So I just couldn't bring myself to watch Rebels. I watched a little bit when Ahsoka was introduced and when Darth Maul.
I've
was
watched
introduced.
clips.
I watched Maul for a bit and Ahsoka for a bit in Rebels, and I loved Maul and Kenobi's whole interaction.
Yeah, that was really cool as well.
Like such
What-
a strange. I feel like I've had this conversation with you guys before, but I think like physically before Rona Apocalypse. I feel like like every time you guys start talking about Star Wars, I feel like such a weird Star Wars fan. I feel like a borderline outcast Star Wars fan because everything I hear about Star Wars and everything I've ever seen about Star Wars, including the older movies, like the original trilogy, I'm like, it either ranges from a scale of it's okay to I actually dislike it. And my favorite things about Star Wars are like KOTOR 1 and 2.
Well,
I
hey,
not
those
canon.
are very good things to like.
Legitimately believe BioWare made the best Star Wars canon that's ever existed, which then got thrown out and then has kind of been recognized again.
But have you seen those scenes that we're talking about?
I've heard people talk about the character you're talking about. Is she, correct me if I'm wrong, is she like the weird Twi'lek chick?
Orange.
Like they're not Twi'leks, but she's like, they got that
Looks like
head
one,
thingy.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she got like that head
She's,
crown thing.
she's like tannish or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about it from memory. I remember hearing someone talk about her once on like a podcast that I listened to, and I can't remember what they were talking about, but my recollection of it is that I thought it sounded really stupid. But I can't remember what they were talking about, so I'd have to go back and
Was it the
fucking.
lightsaber helicopters? Because that was dumb.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the
Yeah,
one.
that was a little silly.
But was that her
that
that
was
did it? I don't know.
No,
about
they
that
were
part.
the Inquisitors. that
Yeah,
did that.
it was other people who did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It wasn't
but,
her.
Still, whatever they were talking about regarding her, I remember sounded really stupid. And I actually
But-
think it had something to do with what you're talking about in regards to killing her and then bringing her back.
Yeah, I do want to just like tie it back in. I think that would be really cool if they tied that in. We already know that they've done it recently because in the last Star Wars movie, like when they do like all those ships coming in for the final battle, we see the ghost from Rebels. So
Oh, do we? Oh,
yeah, it's in there if you look.
I did
So
not.
like they will tie in things from the show.
Oh,
I think it would be cool.
it would be. That means you get that weird black lightsaber that the like Mandalorians use. The Maul fucking stole.
Darksaber, dude.
I don't remember what they were called.
What's the first thing to where we are going off on a massive Star Wars tangent here, which
Well, not really. It's kind of
Trying to keep
related.
it to the Mandalorian, but
it's a tangent, but it's kind of related. What was the first piece of Star Wars canon to ever officially recognize Mandalorians as Mandalorians?
Oh.
I have no idea.
No, because my first run-in with that was KOTOR 1, where they were like referring to them as Mandalore, and there's that guy that you get in your squad who's like, yeah, dude, I'm a Mandalorian. What the fuck was his name?
Was
The
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
To Google.
I want to say Candace, but that's the annoying dude.
No, you're close though, I think.
I feel like it had to have been in like
Hold
a book. You know, after the first one where it was like, who's Boba Fett? Oh, he's this guy. Like I feel like that has to be the actual origin.
Oh my god, what's his name? Why is it not?
Mandalorians debuted in Marvel.
Canderous.
Yes, Candace, thank you.
Let's
Well,
see.
Go, Robbie. Go, lore. Go.
It says the Mandalorians debuted in Star Wars number 68. The Search Begins, which describes Boba and
A comic?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say, like, I was almost 100% sure that like Mandalore and like Mandalorians and all that shit was like, I could have swore it was like EU shit, which is why it was like shocking to me when the Mandalorian, it was like,
no, I'm pretty sure they mention Mandalorian in one of the prequel movies too. Like when they
Right.
make the clones. So I
but
mean,
EU
like,
stuff was happening around that time, wasn't it? Like some EU shit is pretty fucking old.
Oh yeah.
True.
I mean,
I don't know. Like if it was in the prequel movie, to me that's like canonized.
Well, I'm not saying it's not canonized. I'm just saying, did it come from EU or not? Because that makes it more interesting to me that it's like an officially recognized thing.
The first debut of the Mandalorian was in Star Wars number 68. The Search Begins, created by George Lucas.
Created by George Lucas. Were the comics considered like EU shit though? That like
Uh,
Disney
I'm
got
not
when they bought
getting.
it or what?
I'm not getting much more about it.
well,
It's
I'm
just
pretty sure when Disney killed everything, they basically said anything that aren't the movies is EU.
Yeah,
And it's all gone.
that's what I thought.
Until the generation 1,000 years before the Mandalorians are a major military who side with the Sith in their war against the giant.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting because like I never heard like even in like my first experience with the term Mandalorian was in like KOTOR, and I had never heard that before that.
In the video game Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the Mandalorian leader referred to as a Mandalorian is the leader of the Mandalorian clan. Mandalorians are present in the sequel, Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords, where players can visit a Mandalorian base on the moon.
Hello,
The
humble listener of our podcast, are you enjoying our massive Star Wars fucking side story?
Yeah.
Our massive Star Wars derailing of this podcast.
Let's go
Well,
on.
on
I'm
then.
gonna
Yeah,
keep
'cause
reading this, but
That was basically all I want to talk about. It looks cool. I think there could be some tie-ins if with some rumors. I'm excited because I enjoyed Mandalorian, and Anthony's wrong. It was good.
Here's the thing. I didn't think it was great. I just
Opinion is
thought it.
objectively incorrect.
I didn't think it was great. I think it's a little overhyped. I don't think it was like trash. I just didn't like it.
wasn't there a scene where Baby Yoda force choked someone?
Absolutely, and it was awesome.
That just sounds cool by itself.
Has a good Force user ever force choked someone ever?
I mean, you could argue that good Anakin did force choke people, but here's the cool thing. All right, God, we can't escape.
No, we
Here's
can't
the cool
keep doing
thing- Here's
this.
the cool
We have
thing
to move
about
on.
the cool thing about the Baby Yoda force choke is that it shows someone who's like not growing up under like the Jedi tutelage, who's just like not good or evil. They're just a force user that saw something and was like, I'm gonna do this because I can. So it was cool.
Everything has to be included within the extreme polarity of good and evil when it comes to Force.
The Gray Jedi.
Oh, the Great Jedi is horseshit. We don't talk about that.
Not canon.
real. It's not canon. We don't talk about that. Everything has to be good or bad.
Nope.
We don't talk about that.
Nope. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Everything's good or bad.
Moving on.
Amnesia's coming out in October. Yay.
Yeah.
I was very happy about this, okay?
Hello.
All y'all with your yays. This is exciting fucking news.
No, my yay wasn't sarcastic.
Mine's a little sarcastic.
Amnesia's awesome. Don't sarcastic yay me.
A Machine for Pigs wasn't great, but
No, it wasn't. But here's why I'm excited. Soma was fucking tight. So we're
Sure
not
was.
talking about a frictional of like the past, right? Now, granted, they didn't make Machine for Pigs. That's not what I'm referencing. But we're not talking about a frictional that made like the first Amnesia. We're talking about post Soma frictional,
right, these guys are
and that's
good.
exciting. They're returning to Amnesia, potentially with a story to rival that of Soma's, and I'm very excited, especially because Amnesia is Giga Lovecraftian, and I'm excited to see if some of that Soma talent leaks into a fucking cosmic horror-esque story.
Hell yeah.
Please be excited. Please be fucking excited.
I'm excited.
Yay!
And
It's $6.99 right now if you pre-order. That's pretty exciting.
and then the
That's about what
last
that 5 gum cost.
nice. And then the last little bit, we turn the wheelhouse over to Robbie because it's RPG stuff. Ubisoft also did things, but fuck Ubisoft. That's my opinion. There you go.
No, wait, can we talk about the Ubisoft real quick?
If you must.
They're remaking Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. It looks horrible.
I've
Oh,
That's
heard
all.
that.
of
Sucks.
course.
It doesn't look good
Why can't they just let it die?
because everyone seems to think because some people are doing remakes, and by some people I mean Capcom
Everyone.
and Square Enix are making
Everyone.
remakes that are but the two companies that are doing it and actually doing it well, which are like Capcom and Square, that apparently everyone has to do it now. So they want to remake Sands of Time, except they're not as good at it, and it looks bad.
Fair enough.
And close that book. All right. D&D, also Borderlands RPG. Robbie.
Wow.
All right, we'll start off with the Borderlands RPG. If y'all are fans of the Borderlands series, such as I am, we'll ignore the third game a little bit because it's controversial. Shut up, Rich.
Ignore it.
I'll ignore what I want to ignore. Reality is what I want it to be.
Is Borderlands 3 that bad? Why is it controversial? I know it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But
I'll tell you right
I'm
now.
really curious.
The story, like it went from having some of the best story and villain in 2 to having this clusterfuck of a story and some of the worst villains in 3.
Okay.
end characters were.
I mean, you've played Borderlands 2, right, Brandon? You've played all that shit.
I
Yeah.
played 2. I
Yeah,
played
so
2 a
just
fair
take-
amount. I never
Take
finished
Handsome
it.
Jack, and Handsome Jack was cool. And then replace him with 2 edgy Instagram influencers. And then those are the new villains.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know how like
You painted a
there-
picture for my mind.
and you know how there was like some depth to the characters in 2, right?
Mhm.
A little, even just a little bit, where you could find more if you wanted to. There's like next to none. There's one audio log for each character, and it doesn't really give you much for each of them, which is the smallest point, but that's a point for me. I love the in-depth you could get with each character, the story behind each character that you could find out personally. And then the story itself got really fucking weird in 3. Great gameplay. I love the change of the gameplay and guns, but story was all over the fucking place.
But they're making an RPG.
Well, this was based off the second one, the DLC in 2, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep.
That was fun.
Um,
I've played that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And in that DLC, she presented our the Vault Hunters with a game called Bunkers and Badasses. They have now officially made that an actual game, which Gearbox is partnering up with someone I can't remember off the top of my head.
One job, Robbie. Goddamn.
I'm looking at my article, goddammit.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you. It's fine.
I had one job.
had
My one
one
job would show up.
You know what? Touche.
Um,
Don't make us lose views.
also touche.
One like.
One like. But they're partnering up with Nirvana Games.
That sounds
If I-
familiar.
Heard of 'em.
And they will be doesn't seem to have an official release. You can pre-order it right now. But I don't see an official release. It has 2 versions as of right now. You can get the standard edition, which costs $60, which is more expensive than anything Wizards of the Coast has ever put. Or you can get the deluxe edition, which is going to be costing $120, but right now is at a reduced cost of $99.
Nice. A reduced cost.
Yeah. They say the standard book is over 200 pages with over 100 pieces of custom art, 3 full adventures in it for people to start like getting just a feel for the game. They say they're making their own system for the game, which blends fantasy with the Borderlands game experience. It from images that we have. I have the one image in the article that they show. It shows what kind of looks like the assassin from 2.0 throwing out D20, a D6, and a D8. So it looks like we're going to be still within a D20 system, though it may be much different than what we're known for. It is quite interesting to see a Borderlands setting. It's a really sci-fi setting that lets you just do just about anything, because you can have fantasy monsters, you can have guns, you can have aliens, you can run around with a fucking sword or an axe and still be viable. Hell, you can punch things.
But
And
who knows
still be
how any of that's going to be represented in this fucking thing. Plus, we have the beautiful mention of gun cards, which will be a collectible thing, apparently.
Yes, there are
That's how they're
collectibles,
gonna market that.
miniatures, yeah, gun cards. The only thing that I really want from this deluxe edition are their dice. Because for some reason, I am a sucker for dice. The gun cards are their way of having collectibles, and as in every Borderlands fashion, they want to sell you lots of guns.
Well, boys, this thing is giga expensive. I don't know if any of us are going to purchase it, but
So I did a little digging,
oh,
and Nevada Games is owned by one Christy Pitchford, wife of one Randy Pitchford, who
Ah.
everyone may know from Gearbox Software. However, I'm going to forgive her for that because she co-wrote Opposing Force, which I think is the best Half-Life game.
Opposing Force is pretty good. Opposing Force is pretty good.
I
Still,
will say,
very interesting.
I will probably pick up this book. The standard edition, I will probably pick up this book. Just like I will be picking up Tasha's Cauldron to Everything. The next thing I'll be talking about.
I would be willing to play this Borderlands game if someone's gonna run it, because I'm not gonna run it.
I would run it. I would full on run this game because
I would try it.
We love the Borderlands setting.
I'll fucking try it, dude.
Of course, I'm gonna do a little research into it before I buy it because if it comes out and the system's trash,
And it's ass.
yeah, I ain't gonna buy it. But if the system's all right, I'm gonna buy it and I want to at least run it once or twice, and then just lovingly hold on to the book because bunkers and badasses I've always wanted to have since I played Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep. Thoughts from the other two people here? I got Brendan saying he would try it.
Of
Rich,
course,
I
I'll
know
try it.
Rich, you said you don't like Borderlands settings, but you love sci-fi RPGs more than fantasy.
Yeah, but that doesn't overrule the fact that I said I don't like the Borderlands setting. I don't know why, if I like sci-fi settings, I have to like Borderlands.
I'm not saying you have to like Borderlands. I'm asking if you would give it a try.
You just said it like I had to, though.
No, you're just inferring it.
You don't want to try it. You don't want to dip your little peepee toe in there and just give it a little shot, you know?
I mean, like,
Little-
I would try it. I'm not against trying new things. I'm
Don't
just
dip your
saying.
wiener in there, you know?
I mean, dude, I'm always down for trying to dip my wiener in something new, but
It sounded 5 seconds ago. It sounded like you weren't.
Thank you.
no, I didn't say that. I just said I don't like Borderlands settings, but I will dip my wiener in it.
Right.
Confirmed wiener dips.
Confirmed.
I
don't
We
like
now have you on
Borderlands.
recording.
I don't like the Borderlands setting just because I don't know it's to me it doesn't take itself seriously and it's not a serious thing and I don't know. It's just I'm not a fan of it.
I think that's fair.
As someone who has played all 3 games and nearly every DLC of Borderlands, I feel that if you exclude 3, which is a clusterfuck, the story is actually very serious for all its jokes.
Yeah,
Three-
and that's fine. That's the beauty of it. Some people like that. Some people like that there's a serious story that's masked by craziness, and I don't.
3, I tried to find
It's
the
so
serious
overlooked
story.
that.
3, I try to find the story, like the seriousness, everything, and they try to play it up. It's just they failed so hard. in
Like
my
I
opinion.
get there's a serious story behind like these corporations fucking this world and alien vaults and all that stuff. Like I get that there's a serious like cool sci-fi story under it. The problem is it's under the insanity that is the game, and to some people like that. Like that's the beauty of Borderlands, but I do not.
All right. We have recorded confirmation that once I buy this book, we will try it.
Sure, and I'll play a not serious character because it doesn't have to be.
No, you don't have to play a serious character whatsoever.
Listen, I'm down for
Play
not
a
playing
psycho and
serious
talk about
characters.
writing
I'm down for not playing serious characters.
We all know that. Me especially.
Play a psycho, Rich. And talk about,
John Malkovich was serious.
no, John
Seriously
was-
annoying, but
Play a psycho and talk about riding meat bicycles.
No, I'm playing a psycho and my name will be Caucus Maximus.
Let's have a party of all psychos.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm down with that.
That's if the psycho is an actual thing you can play.
It will be when we're done with that
Yeah,
system.
Even if it's not, it will be.
I'm surprised you wouldn't want to go for the assassin, Brandon. You like assassins.
I'd say I wouldn't be an assassin.
Assassin Psycho.
Psycho
Assassins,
assassin.
Psycho assassin.
Psycho-
It's a wait. It's a D20 system, right?
Yeah.
We're multi-classing in this bitch.
I'm Psycho Assassin Caucus Maximus. Let's go, dude.
Oh,
Alright.
that would make sense in Borderlands.
It would.
Not bad. A psycho assassin.
I like
Not
how
bad.
you're over here being like, I don't like Borderlands because it's not serious. Meanwhile, when we were balls deep in Shadowrun, you were like, I want to play Pirate Cop.
Pyrocop was serious. Dude, Pyrocop was serious.
I want to play Pyro Cop and Raveheart. Those are my two
All right,
backups.
Raveheart wasn't serious, but Pyrocop was serious.
I had to mute myself. I was laughing too loud.
Because my point is very valid.
Yes.
It's shit like this that makes me not like super ready to fucking run.
I mean, I have no problem running this game.
There's
because-
a 90 megabyte update. This might be legit.
Wow, hold on, guys. Treasure 3 might have been
We
released.
might be real time getting Treasure 3.
All right. And then
Keep talking.
next, I want to talk about.
He fooled me before.
There, don't tell me what's in it. Because I don't have all of Pornhub internet, so it's taking me.
Fuck, it's out. Oh, it's out.
Don't fucking tell me
Oh,
what's
it's
in
out.
it.
Oh, it's out,
Tell me
Brad.
what's in it.
And you can get 60 extra levels.
Don't tell me what.
I don't know. It says end of Battle Pass sale, 60 levels until October 9th.
Oh.
You can purchase
Oh.
it twice.
Oh, for your money. Wow.
Yeah,
they're
see, I already
literally-
got the Wind Arcana, so I'm
Word.
not going to do that.
I might.
Oh my god, what's in Treasure 3? Oh my god.
Rob,
And,
talking
and
about
I
the-
see them both opening
Swear to
Dota.
God.
on
Oh
the
my
page here.
god.
Rob, I swear to God, I'm listening. I'm not out of the podcast. Let's go, dude. Go.
All right.
Oh, that's so
To
cool.
celebrate, D&D has like a 20th anniversary or something opening, so they released their new official Adventure League rules.
Hold on, hot take. It's not that good.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about D&D.
Yes.
No, hot take on these items. Some of them
Oh.
are cool, but they're not that good.
Are you serious?
We waited all this time for
Rob, you're talking about
okay
D&D.
items.
You're talking about fucking D&D.
Okay. And with it, we get a look at oh,
You can do
I'm losing my fucking shit here. We get a look at the new legacy system that we were
Anthony, I'll
that we were
screenshot Treasure 3 so you can put it up in the podcast
Oh, thank
as
you.
Richie
That we
yells
were-
about it not being good. Anyway,
That's good. That's just gonna be. Let him finish, and then that'll be the next story. Is you two marking out for probably an hour.
all right. Taldrin, frickin'
Take a breath. You're good. We'll edit all
Yeah,
this
you-
out.
yeah. I need a second here.
Dota's exploding right now because everyone's on getting their treasures.
let the man talk about D&D. Let him talk about D&D.
All right. So we got the new legacy system that was promised in the upcoming book coming out in November. With this, I can see why it's good, and I can see how everyone's going to lose their fucking mind. For example, when you go to their second to last page called Customizing Your Origin in D&D, when you pick your race, you get your ability score increases, your languages, proficiencies, etc. Stuff like that. Originally, your character had a set increases, such as Constitution plus whatever and Wisdom plus whatever. Now, you can move those to whatever attribute you want.
Keyword being move.
Yeah. Such as if you want to play a dwarf wizard, you can just put your +2/+2 into intelligence and whatever the fuck else you think you're gonna need. Con, more or less, probably. It makes, like I said, dwarves, specifically mountain dwarves, who get +2/+2, very powerful in just pure ability power. It
Hey.
makes, on the positive side, though, as I look at the silver lining, it does allow for builds that would have never been possible.
Hey,
I
can
can now do
can I
like
cut
a
you off?
dolphin.
Can I cut you off real quick? And just say
can
that
go
this is this seems to be the worst of all worlds. Like this seems like the perfect way to make everyone upset.
I think here's my hot take on this. I think I've been very vocal on this podcast like a while ago now when we first talked about this, that any system that allows for more customization and allows you to play like any race with any class is totally fine by me. That being said, I don't think they handled it well because I personally, it sounds to me like they fucked it up hardcore, because the fact that any race with their +2/+2 can just take those two bonuses and put them anywhere they want means certain races are just going to come out on top as a result of how they chose to handle that.
And now, instead of being on top in the metagame for one class, they're just on top.
Like conceptually, the idea of being like, oh yeah, a dwarf can now realistically play a wizard, I actually like that. I think it's cool. You can be a little more creative with your race class choice. However, you fucked it up hard, like hard, by making it so that certain races are just better in this new system. By having some races just have a +2/+2 and others only having like a +2/+1, therefore they come out shittier than the races with better bonuses. Like, how do they fuck that up? I don't get it.
The contradiction and the flip side there is that now you must pick races not only for their attributes, because you can just assign them wherever, for their traits.
Okay.
Because dwarves will get resistance to poison and such, and they get the +2/+2. Or do you want, say, the +1 armor that a warforged gets? Do you want the ability to
It just, I said this before, it takes the races that were already good and just makes them better. So I don't know, I'm not a fan. I think they're going to be seeing a lot of mountain dwarf everythings.
Hold on, for someone who doesn't play as much D&D as you, because I'm not like as much of a D&D mad fan, and I don't like care as much about 5e. Like, give me an example. Like, what's a race that was already good that just becomes better?
All right, so mountain dwarf is the big one because it has +2/+2. Before it was only strength con, so you know, mountain dwarf fighters, mountain dwarf paladins, barbarians, you know, like strength based classes. Now they're literally, in my opinion, better than everyone at everything. Like, cool, I could play.
I already heard the mountain dwarf thing, but like, what other races are giga strong?
Half elf. Half elves have 2+1s and a +2. And it used to be those 2+1s could go anywhere, and the +2 is like charisma specifically. Now it's the +2 can go anywhere. So half elves, on top of getting all the juiciness of being like a half elf, you get to play wherever you want now with that +2. So now you can optimize even heavier for a non-charisma based class.
So I have a question. This is something I'm a little unclear on. Did they not? So they introduced this new system, right?
Yes.
Did they not? They didn't fuck with the actual attribute score bonuses for any races, though. Like, they're literally just what they were before, except now if you want, you can put them wherever you want, and that's it.
If they did, it's not out now. If it's in the new book, that's not out right now.
Oh, so are we possibly complaining about something that's going to get changed in the very near fucking future when they put out a new and shit gets rebalanced in terms of people's ability score bonuses? Like, is that what's happening?
It's possible, but with what we have available to us and what is currently official till the book comes out, this is how it will be played.
Okay.
Because Adventure League is playing with these new rules.
So then we should complain with a bit of salt, because there's a chance that races get rebalanced.
And that brings me on, like, you can switch out your languages now, which is interesting. Brings a little more customization, brings a little more niceness. You can switch out proficiencies that you get from your race. specifically, which is once again very interesting. I like it. And on the flip side, a positive is it leads to builds that would have never been done. You could do a Cobalt Barbarian now. That was not really possible before.
I always fold my arms at such accusations. Not optimal, not impossible.
It's more viable now. Let me rephrase it. It's more viable now. You are not just at a disadvantage, especially with Adventure League, where you were just standard array. You are now not just at a disadvantage because you wanted to do a certain character concept. And I find that positive. Another thing that came out was we got 2 of the 22 new subclasses released to celebrate this 20th anniversary. We got the Wild Magic Barbarian and the Genie Patron Warlock, as well as an update to the Goliath race. The Goliath race didn't get much change to it. Basically the same, except now, if you play a Goliath, you have resistance to cold damage. I thought that was very nice. It was in the newest book that came out, Icewind Dales. And they had Goliaths in there. And one could choose to play a Goliath. And
So
this is-
pissed.
why?
I didn't get this Phoenix fucking immortal. Oh, the Phoenix one is probably like my favorite one in that thing.
Rip.
But all in
I can't
all,
open my fucking treasures.
Yeah,
'cause-
it was a
Fine.
struggle, but I got mine open.
all in all, I'm actually quite happy with the subclasses that came out. And a new thing they're pushing forward, which I'm actually very happy about, and something that I want to push forward, is they're doing a lot more things based on your proficiency bonus. Meaning that if you're not necessarily good at it, or if it's not necessarily something they want you to ramp up and build up massively, you get it gradually as you level up. And I think that's very good. It's something I wish they did when they had like Arcane Archer, for example. And it's something I personally want to homebrew in. If you play an Arcane Archer, you get arcane shots equal to your proficiency bonus. Making it a little weaker when you start off, because I believe your proficiency bonus when you hit 3rd level is no, it's still 2, I'm pretty sure. And then it gets gradually better as you level up. So you're not limited in that. And I like that that's the way they're going. I feel it's a much better balanced change, because then you feel your character actually gets stronger as you level, not just as your attribute gets higher. But that's all we have out for right now.
The
We
sounds
have-
of it, there's more that will be happening. So
More and more stuff will get leaked. But this was actually just here. Here's something because we're celebrating. This wasn't a leak. This was officially put out there, which is nice. This is solid concrete. Now, everything they've released, they said, are subject to change. But they have like 2 months less. So they can't change anything really that much. Too much is the key word. But it gives us a foundation to
Rip
kind of look at.
Dragonite.
Gives us a foundation
Wait.
to look at what they're really building with. Like I said, with the proficiency kind of system they're going with, instead of like based on your attribute, which I really enjoy.
No,
And
but we'll see.
we'll see how it goes. The subclasses, if you guys read them, because I put them in the chat for us, they're not that bad at all. They're not overpowered, and they're not like super weak either. The character creation thing, that's one that I leave super up for debate. I can see how that system can be broken, but I do appreciate the wanting to allow any build to be not just lesser, because of you wanting to do a concept.
As
And
I said before, I don't mind what they're doing with like the ability to assign your bonuses and shit like that. I do mind how they handled it. It feels real scuffed, as the kids would say.
all we can do is hope that it either balances itself out or that in the book there's some way it balances. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yep. All right,
All right,
Richie,
Dota nerds.
off the leash, go. He's too busy
Really?
grooming.
No.
Talk about
Yeah. All
unexciting
right, Treasure
Dota
3. Treasure 3. Worth the wait? Absolutely not. Items are cool though. The ultra rare, the Phoenix Immortal, is the best and is actually sexy, and I like it. And I didn't get it. Besides that, I mean, I like Treant's horns. The Pugna head's cool. The other stuff's okay. It's okay. That's what I've said. Disappointing. No Dragon Knight Immortal. Rip Dragon Knight.
Don't say that yet. They're still gonna
Oh,
milk
that's
you
true.
with a
There's
Trove Coffee.
There's a Trove Kafifi coming. I have to see
Fucker.
what the effects do. Maybe Dota's servers are exploding, so I'm afraid to demo heroes.
I literally can't open my fucking treasures.
So maybe they're they're awesome, and I don't know. But oh, I gotta open my 50 levels. That's right. I got a 50 leveler.
Exciting conversation. You should just end the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank God.
It's really exciting to talk about Dota treasures on
Hey.
the podcast.
Hey,
By the way, you all suck. Stop
Hey,
watching
wh-
this.
the first of the 3s have been released. Now for the others.
Now, you heard it here first on the Camel Cast.